Welcome back to the number one pod in the world. Friedberg's off inventing vegetables, so I put Brad Gerstner in the hot seat after his State of the Union shout out. Did you know it was coming, or was that a surprise?
Total surprise. The president added it himself, and being in that tiny chamber for a 250-year tradition was electric regardless of party. Just a great civic moment. On the kids' Trump accounts, we're onboarding more than 100,000 a day, with almost 30 million eligible for at least $250.
Idea for you, a voluntary equity pledge where founders pledge a slice of their shares to kids' accounts over time. Has that surfaced?
Yes, stay tuned for big announcements as we approach July 4th.
Pivot to Iran. Oil has whipsawed from the mid-80s to near 100 with the Strait of Hormuz shut, and prediction markets put real odds on U.S. troops. How does this end, and what's the market impact?
Rising oil hits PCE and confidence, with Goldman lifting PCE to about 2.9 and trimming GDP, while multiples slid from 24 times to 21. But I think the Trump doctrine is limited, pragmatic, and shorter duration than neocon wars.
The instant oil drop from about 120 to 90 after Trump said the war would end soon showed markets believe this won't be sustained, and coordinated SPAR releases plus IEA barrels can blunt spikes.
Declare success and step back now. Escalation risks. Iranian tit for tat on Gulf oil and desal plants, turning a supply crunch into a humanitarian disaster, while Israel's defenses could get exhausted and trigger unthinkable responses.
Politically, a long war sinks Republicans in the midterms and fractures MAGA. He needs a fast off-ramp, or the base sees betrayal.
I expect a near-term off-ramp consistent with a narrow mission to degrade threats, not nation build.
All roads lead to China. Xi and Trump have a high-stakes summit, and China's oil exposure and youth unemployment create leverage for a grand bargain that helps reopen the strait.
The U.S. can state objectives met and pull back. If Iran keeps hitting ships, Gulf states, Israel, and heavy importers like China and India have the strongest incentive to pressure Tehran because they bear the biggest energy pain.
The president's instincts favor swift, decisive actions, so the key is resisting neocons who would expand goals and drag this out.
Back to our lane. Anthropic and openai are posting historic revenue ramps, with Anthropic reportedly at a mid-teens run rate and openai near 20 billion. Brad, which is the better buy, and do they go public soon?
Both are exceptional, and the big February breakthrough was revenue finally tied to labor augmentation via agents, not just IT, with compute now the bottleneck, and public listings likely this year to tap cheaper capital and broaden ownership.
Caution on quality. Most enterprise spend is still pilots, not mission-critical workflows, and recent agent-written code incidents forced human-in-the-loop edicts because regulated domains cannot tolerate hallucinations.
There's experimentation, sure, but critical users like defense